Okay, so I took my wife's car for a spin the other day, just run some errands over lunch, and on the way home, this unfortunate lady totally cut me off. She made a left turn into my lane, and it was too late for me. So I slammed on the brakes and I screeched the tires, but I couldn't stop in time, unfortunately, and this is what we ended up with, right here. She is a beauty. So, now, luckily no one got hurt. She was okay, I was okay. And the other fortunate thing is that it only dented the bumper here. Sorry, the fender here and the bumper here. So I had the insurance guy come out and do an assessment, and they quoted it at $3,300 to have it repaired at the repair shop. Or if I chose to do my own repairs, they would give me $2,700. And the funny thing is, the whole car is probably not worth that much. If I sold it right now, I don't think I'd get $2,700 for the whole car. It's a 2006 PT Cruiser. Right now it's 2018, so it's 12 years old. It's got almost 200,000 K on it. So I decided to take the cash payout and got a check for $2,700. And with that, I went to the local scrapyard and got myself a replacement bumper right here, including the headlights, for $160. So today I'm gonna go and replace the broken, the dented bumper right here. Sorry, I keep saying bumper. What I meant to say is the dented fender. And on the bumper, I think I'm just gonna patch it up. I'm gonna see if I can bend it back into shape and maybe cut out a piece and put in some fiberglass or something. I haven't figured out exactly what to do with that, but for today, I'm gonna show you how to replace the fender, and it's actually quite simple. First thing is I have to take off the plastic wheel wells, and then there's a couple of bolts in between, a couple of bolts at the top, a couple of bolts over there. And the only thing that might give me a problem is there is two bolts right in between the bumper and the fender, and those are kind of like studs with a nut on each side, and oftentimes they rust, so I might have to just cut them out and put a new one in, but we'll see how it goes. There's that pencil I've been looking for. Okay, so the first thing I have to do is take these two out, one on each, or two on each side, for the removing the drill, and then I should have decent access to the rest of the bolts. Here's one, and here's the other one, and the third one, and then the other ones down below. So it looks like I'm gonna have to take the wheel off. Not sure if it's strictly necessary, but I know that I'm gonna have a lot better access if I just jack it up and take the wheel off, so that's what I'm gonna do now. Okay, so there's two more bolts, one of them right here, one of them up there, and then two more under here. Where is it? Here and here. I might have to move the jack to get to this one back here, but I'll give it a try and see how it goes. And then I think that's actually it. A little clip down here I need to remove, but that just pulls right out. Actually, no, I don't have to do that one. That's part of the bumper, which I'm actually leaving. So I think that, oh, there's one more right there. I knew there was one more. So right this angle iron here underneath the wheel well, and then I think that's actually it. Alright, so now I'm gonna have to unplug the lights. This one here, as you can see, that kind of got bumped. You just twist it and pull it out, and there's another one right up here. Twist it and pull it out, and that light bulb isn't looking too good. And I think there's another one back there once I get the bumper off. So it looks like there's another bolt behind this, so I had to pull the bumper out, and it's right down there, and I should be able to get to that. See how it goes. Yeah, I don't think that that headlight was salvageable. Before I had a real quick look at it, I figured, well, maybe, you know, I can glue it together, but yeah, this is pretty much shot. Now, normally you'd have to take the antenna off, and it needs a special tool or a screwdriver and a hammer, I guess. But because my replacement part actually came with the antenna and everything, all I got is a little plug here to plug in behind the firewall, and that should be it. So all I have to do is pull out on this. So you can't really see this very well, but what I end up having to do is take the glove compartment off, and there's a little tab. Let me see if I can flash with a flashlight. There's a little tab right there on the left, and then another tab that locks in right back there. So I'm gonna see if I can just push this over and unhook it, and then there's a little knob right there that goes to a string with a rewinding mechanism, and so that one has to be pushed forward and out, and then this whole thing comes off, and the plug is right back there. Not sure if that'll show up, but right there, that silver one. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit on it. Right there. That one I'm going to have to unplug it, and I can't really film that, so I'll bring you back when I'm done with that. Okay, so I plugged it in the back, and all I got to do now is pull this out. There. And this old part is gonzo. Alright, so it turns out it was easier to actually push the female connector to the outside, and I'm going to plug it in out here. There we go, that's all done. I'll put some tape around it, stick it back in, and that part is connected. Alright, so I'm getting ready to put it back up. All I need to do is lift it up, and reconnect all the screws. And
what are you talking
now we're done. Pretty simple. Alright, so the wheel well is installed again, and I ended up having to do a little zip tying here, the little zip tying there, just because it's old and it's bent and it didn't fit perfectly together. There's a little crack here, but that shouldn't matter. It's a really old vehicle, so I don't really care. If it was a brand new one, then I'd go to the store and buy the proper connectors and put it all back together, but it worked out alright. Alright, the grill is back on and everything is packed together. The only thing that I still have to fix is the bumper, but I'll do that some other time. And yeah, that was pretty easy. I'm going to put the tire back on, and we're good to go back on the road. So here's a quick update. What I ended up doing is take a hot air gun and just kind of melt it or soften up the bumper here, bent it back as much as I could, and then I slapped a whole bunch of fiberglass on it. Like I said, this beast is ancient, and I don't really care that it doesn't look really great. You can tell, like, I didn't even really do much sanding at all. Put a little bit of Bondo on it, did some just a little bit of sanding, but again, I mean, compared to the other side, this is how it's supposed to look like, an actual proper paint job. But realistically speaking, if you walk by this car in a parking lot and you look, nobody's really gonna ever notice this. And for the extra time it would have taken me to do this really beautiful, like I said, she's an old beast anyway, so it turned out alright, and it's been working like this for a couple of years now. Haven't had any issues since I did the repair. This was literally, I think, 2 or 3 years ago that I did this. And here's just a quick update on the final part that I hadn't included in the original video.